For many of us, traveling isn't just about packing clothes and toiletries, it's also about ensuring our health needs are met. Medications, whether prescription or over-the-counter, are often essential. But navigating airport security with pills, liquids, syringes, or even medical devices can feel like a minefield of regulations. What's allowed? What's not? And what do the new rules mean for your travel plans in 2025? Welcome back to Fly Global, where we cut through the confusion and bring you the clearest, most up-to-date insights for seamless and stress-free travel. We're breaking down how to travel with medications in 2025, including the most recent TSA rule updates you absolutely need to know. Get ready to pack your medical essentials with confidence. Number 1. Keep all medications in your carry-on, always. This is the golden rule, no matter the type of medication. Whether it's a daily pill, an emergency inhaler, or a life-saving injectable, it should always go in your carry-on bag. Why? Because checked luggage can be delayed, lost, or exposed to extreme temperatures in the cargo hold that could damage temperature-sensitive drugs. Your medication needs to be accessible and kept at a stable temperature. Sarah, 65, flying United to see her grandkids, learned this after a scary experience. My checked bag with my blood pressure meds was delayed for 2 days, she recalled. I had to scramble to get a new prescription. Now, every pill goes in my carry-on. No exceptions. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, and airlines strongly recommend keeping all medications in your carry-on. This ensures you have immediate access if needed during the flight or in case of unexpected delays or baggage mishandling. It's a fundamental principle of travel safety and preparedness, particularly for medications vital to your health. Crucially, avoid placing essential medications in a full-size carry-on that goes in the overhead bin. Stick them in your personal item, backpack, purse, that stays under the seat in front of you. This prevents being separated from them if overhead bins are full and your carry-on gets gate-checked. Number 2. Liquid medications are exempt from the 311 rule when declared. While standard liquids are limited to 3.4 ounces, medically necessary liquids, gels, and aerosols are exempt from the TSA's 311 rule. This includes prescription liquid medications, insulin, eye drops, or even liquid over-the-counter remedies like cough syrup or saline solution. You can bring larger quantities, but there's a catch. You must declare them to a TSA officer at the checkpoint. Tom was traveling with his son who had severe allergies, always packed oversized liquid antihistamines. I just pull the bag out, tell the officer it's liquid medication, and they usually just give it a quick check, he explained. It's never been an issue, as long as I declare it up front. The TSA requires you to inform the officer that you have medically necessary liquids at the beginning of the screening process. These items may be subject to additional screening, which could involve opening the container or using specialized equipment. This exemption is crucial for ensuring passengers have necessary treatments without being restricted by general liquid rules. Make sure your liquid medications are clearly labeled to signal their medical purpose and avoid confusion. Number 3. Original labeled containers are strongly recommended, especially for prescriptions. While the TSA doesn't require prescription medications to be in their original pharmacy-labeled containers, it is highly recommended, especially for prescription drugs. Many states have laws regarding the labeling of prescription medications, and having the original label clearly identifies the medication, dosage, and your name, which can streamline the screening process and avoid questions from law enforcement if an issue arises. This is particularly true for controlled substances. Olivia, a pharmacist by profession, always advises her elderly clients to keep medications in their original bottles. It just makes things so much easier, she insisted. Even if TSA doesn't demand it, a quick glance at the label helps clear any doubts and prevents awkward conversations, especially with controlled substances like Adderall or Ambien. For international travel, keeping medications in their original, clearly labeled containers is even more critical, as customs officials in other countries may have stricter requirements. If you choose to transfer pills to a weekly organizer, it's wise to carry a photo or copy of the original label on your phone. Also, ensure the name on your prescription matches your ID exactly to avoid issues. Number 4. Traveling with syringes and needles with medication. Yes, you can absolutely bring syringes and needles on a plane if they are medically necessary. This includes insulin pens, EpiPens, pre-filled syringes, and other injectable medications. The key is that they must be accompanied by the injectable medication they are intended to administer. 45 years old David, who manages his diabetes with insulin injections, never travels without a letter from his doctor. I put my pins and needles in a clear bag with my insulin vial and always have my doctor's note ready, he said. Most times they don't even ask, but it gives me peace of mind. The TSA recommends, but does not require, that your medications be labeled to facilitate the security process. For needles, ensure they are stored safely to prevent accidental pricks. If you need to dispose of used needles during your flight, ask a flight attendant for a sharps container. Number 5. Medical devices are allowed, but inform TSA. Essential medical devices like CPAP machines, insulin pumps, continuous glucose monitors, and nebulizers are permitted both in carry-on and checked bags and do not count against your carry-on allowance. However, they will undergo screening. If you're wearing an electronic device like a CGM or insulin pump, or have metal implants, give TSA a heads up as you approach the checkpoint. Lisa, a seasoned traveler with a CPAP machine, always has hers in a separate carrying case. I just pull it out at security and send it through the X-ray, she explained. It's part of my routine now, and the TSA officers are always very familiar with it. For devices containing lithium-ion batteries, like many modern CPAPs or insulin pumps, the batteries typically must be carried in your carry-on bag to mitigate fire risks. If you wear a device that could be damaged by X-ray or full-body scanners, you can always request a hand screening and pat-down instead. TSA agents are trained to offer these alternatives. Number 6. Controlled substances have specific rules and international warnings. This is a crucial point for 2025. Controlled substances, like certain pain medications, ADHD meds, or even FDA-approved cannabis-based drugs, have specific federal regulations. You must carry these in their original containers, have a valid prescription or doctor's note, and only carry quantities for personal use. Crucially, medical marijuana and CBD products with more than 0.3% THC are generally banned on flights taking off or landing in the US, even with a prescription. A traveler flying from California to Florida with prescribed medical cannabis, FDA-approved product, was stopped. Even though it was legal in both states, I had to show my doctor's note and prove it was an FDA-approved drug, not just recreational, they shared. It took an extra 20 minutes. For all controlled substances, whether domestic or international, declare them to the appropriate customs or TSA official. For international travel, laws vary wildly. What's legal in your home country might be illegal at your destination or even during a layover. Always research the medication laws of your destination country before you travel. The FDA and your destination country's embassy are invaluable resources. Number 7. Refrigerated medications and coolant packs must be frozen. Many injectable medications, like insulin or certain biologics, require refrigeration. You can bring these on a plane with ice packs or gel packs, but there's a key requirement. The ice packs or gel packs must be completely frozen when you present them for screening. If they are partially thawed or have any liquid, they fall under the 3-1-1 liquid rule. Jessica, 35, traveling with her fertility medications, invested in a high-quality medical cooler. I make sure the gel packs are rock solid when I leave for the airport, she said. One time, they were a little melted, and I had to quickly grab a fresh pack from a nearby coffee shop to swap it out. When carrying refrigerated medications, it's advisable to have the medication itself in a clear bag alongside the frozen packs to demonstrate its medical purpose. You can ask a flight attendant if your medication can be stored in the galley fridge, though this is often not possible due to limited space and liability, so a well-insulated cooler is always the best primary solution. Number 8. Over-the-counter medications are flexible, pill organizers are fine. For over-the-counter pills, like vitamins, pain relievers, or allergy meds, you can typically transfer them to a pill organizer for convenience. The TSA does not generally require OTC pills to be in their original containers, and there's no limit on how much you can carry. This flexibility also extends to OTC liquid medications like cough syrup or saline solution. Just declare them as medical. Michael, 50 years old, travels with a week's worth of various OTC pills in a dispenser. I've never had an issue, he reported. It just makes it easier than lugging around a dozen different bottles. While flexible for OTC pills, if you're carrying a large quantity or if any medication is liquid, always declare it. A quick tip: keep these items separate from your toiletries, e.g., in a dedicated medical essentials bag to make it easier for TSA to identify them as medical items. Number 9. Always carry medical documentation, Doctor's note/prescription. While not always required by the TSA, having a doctor's note or a copy of your prescription is highly recommended, especially for controlled substances, large quantities of medication, or international travel. This documentation can swiftly clarify any questions from security or customs officials and prove the legitimacy of your medications. An elderly gentleman flying to Germany had his pain medication questioned. "Luckily, I had my doctor's letter translated into German," he said. "It saved me a lot of hassle and explained everything perfectly." The note should ideally be on letterhead. State your name, the medication name, generic and brand, dosage, and why it's medically necessary. For international travel, consider getting a letter translated into the destination country's language or a universal English version. This preparedness can prevent significant delays or even legal issues. Number 10. Be prepared for special screening for medical items. Be prepared for medical items to undergo additional screening. This is routine and helps ensure safety. You may be asked to remove medical liquids or devices from your bag for X-ray or separate inspection. In some cases, a TSA officer might ask to open containers or perform tests. You can usually request a visual inspection if you prefer your medication not go through X-ray. A mother traveling with her child's specialized nutritional drink recounted, they always pull it for extra screening. Sometimes they swab it, other times they just visually inspect. It adds a few minutes, but it's just part of the process. The TSA's procedures are designed to detect potential threats while accommodating legitimate medical needs. Being cooperative and prepared to present your items clearly can significantly expedite the screening process. If you have a medical condition or hidden disability, consider using a sunflower lanyard or contacting TSA Cares at least 72 hours before your flight to request assistance. Number 11. Create a detailed medication list, digital and physical. Don't just rely on your memory. Bring a detailed medication list. This isn't just a mental note. Have a printed copy and a digital version saved on your phone. Include the brand and generic names for each medication, your dosage and frequency, any special storage instructions, and the name and contact info of your prescribing doctor. Add your own contact details, too. Sophia, a seasoned traveler, always carries a laminated medication list. "It's been a lifesaver when doctors needed to know what I'm taking quickly, or if I had a question for a pharmacist abroad," she shared. "It's also handy if a bag gets lost and someone needs to know what's inside." This comprehensive list serves as a crucial backup, especially if you get separated from your medication or need medical attention during your trip. It can also aid emergency services in case of an unforeseen health event, ensuring you receive appropriate care. Number 12. Be aware of destination country regulations critical for international flights. This cannot be stressed enough. While TSA rules cover what you can depart with from the US, every country has its own, often very strict, medication laws. Certain common medications, like some ADHD drugs, strong pain relievers, or even certain cold medicines containing pseudoephedrine that are legal over the counter or by prescription in the US might be illegal or highly restricted abroad. A traveler arriving in Dubai with prescribed Adderall was detained. "I had no idea it was a controlled substance there," they said. "Even with a prescription, it was a nightmare." Always check the embassy website first. Before any international trip, contact the embassy or consulate of your destination country and any transit countries to confirm their specific rules for all your medications. Carrying a copy of your prescription and a doctor's letter, translated if necessary, is essential for avoiding legal issues upon arrival. Traveling with medications in 2025 doesn't have to be daunting. By keeping them in your carry-on, understanding the exemptions for liquids, being prepared with documentation, knowing the specific rules for devices and controlled substances, and utilizing available resources, you can navigate security with confidence. It's all about preparation and awareness. At Fly Global, we empower you to travel smarter, safer, and with complete peace of mind. If this guide helped you prepare for your next trip, hit that like button, subscribe to Fly Global for more essential travel insights, and comment below with your best tip for traveling with medications. Safe travels, and here's to a healthy, hassle-free journey.